What's happening, everybody? We're back here again. I know I'm in the dark. It's amazing. Thank you. I'm here with the awesome T.S. Luther. What's happening? What? Yes. Hopefully everybody's staying warm because I just went over there for like a hot second. All my emergency weather sirens were going off. So if you hear any sirens happening in the next live stream, that's what that's all about. Bitch blizzard is happening. Yay. I know. Magical time. What is up? How are you today?
I'm alive. I'm TS and I write comics. As everyone knows, I'm legally obligated to mention that.
Wow.
But other than that, I'm doing okay. I have to launch this campaign tomorrow, which is always super stressful. And I'm also a dad. So it's like scrambling to make sure, are the kids fed? Is everyone in bed? Is the house on fire? No? Okay, now comics.
Perfect. Yeah, hopefully none of that happens. Hopefully everybody's fed and all the comics in the world.
That's I was like using the time when you had to run away for a second. I'm like, well, I can get a few more pages in read right now while I can.
That's awesome. That's great. Let's go say hey to some people in chat real quick. All the way from 8:27 a.m. this morning, we had GT Comics. What is happening in GT Comics? All the way from New Mexico, we have Las Cruces. What is up, Las Cruces? We have Canadians in the house. What's up, TM? How are you doing? I know. I started kind of late. It's okay. We're gonna party like there's nobody's business. What's up, Ken? How are you doing? And look, what's up, you? How are you doing today?
I'm doing great.
Woo! Oh, amazing. I like this. All right. That was we're gonna get way more people into it.
Yeah, you're super popular. Again, like when I heard about you and I fell on the rabbit hole because my friend Gerald was like, "Hey, you got to get on the show." And I was like, "Okay, who's this person?" I was like, "Oh no, I am not big enough to be on this show." And then he replied to my email, and I was like, "Oh God, now I got to do my research." And it was a blast. Like I get invited on some shows, and some of them are awesome, some of them are kind of boring. And your community is wild. And as you're telling me even more stuff, and I'm like, "Oh, okay, poop jokes, got it. I can run with that vibe."
We are children here. No grown-ups. It's very much a Peter Pan environment.
Grown-ups are boring, and like I work on comics.
Dude, listen,
the whole point is to be awesome.
Why would you want to grow up when you can have comics and toys? Like, why would you want that?
I have so many toys and so many comics just like within my reach. Half the time when I'm on podcasts, I'm like, "Oh, let me show you this cool thing." Like I'm a little boy and you come over to my house.
Oh,
let me show you my toys.
I've turned my lights on. It's a mess, but I just got my medieval spawn today. Yesterday, I have not opened that yet, and I found a super clearanced out at Walmart's Elvira figure.
That's so cool. If you can see, like,
so excited.
My wife's fandom stuff is in the background. You can see my dog moving, but she really likes the Mummy. So behind me, we have full portraits and a gigantic mural of the outside of the Mummy's tomb, and then obviously some of the children. But the whole house is like that. Everybody in my house reads comics. It's so cool.
Nice. Yeah, this back wall here is my Unimon wall, and I have a whole bunch of stills from the OG movie back there from the actual Universal.
That's so cool.
I love it. Yeah. Well, if you go to Michigan Cons, you run into the guy. He like brings like all kinds of movie posters. He actually has his own comic one time, but he has like they're super cheap too. They're really high quality. I'm like, I'm gonna buy all of these. Let's go.
Oh, I'm so excited. Yeah. This is the year of cons for me. Now that I have a couple publishers involved, they were like throwing me some money so I can table because it's so freaking expensive to do it on your own. So I was like, hey, when they asked what they could do to support me, I was like, they obviously can't pay me a ton of money. So I'm like, what you can do is get me into cons. I need to go. I'm such an introvert. I don't leave. Help me table places so I can meet people and have an excuse to leave my house because I haven't left since COVID. Like Howard Hughes, I'm growing out my nails. And
oh, yes. I got to do that. No, what are some cons that you like to go to for yourself? But what are some ones in Michigan that you want to go to?
I've never been to any of them. I don't go to cons. I've been to the Cherry Festival one time when I was younger, and then some like obscure random ones, just like local stuff. But I'm big into going to Motor City Comic Con this year. I was just talking to Sean Peacock of Danger Boy. Exactly. Yeah. So like if he was
right down the street.
Oh, really? Oh, that's so cool.
I brought it to him at Kroger's.
Oh man. So like he was helping me out. He's like, these are the ones you go to. This is who you talk to. So I'm trying to hit as many as possible. So hopefully I'll see you all there. and I'll be the scared guy.
Listen, don't worry, because I'll go up to you and I'll start talking to you. And listen, it's gonna be a stupid fun time. Let me tell you. If you don't know any of the local guys, I'll introduce you all. What the hell happened to my characters?
Please, I'll appreciate it, because again, I'm so introverted. I hang out with my wife, my kids, and a few of my pals, and that's it.
Oh.
I mean, I write comic homies.
We need to get you some comic homies. There's actually a whole ton of us from the Michigan, actually.
Really?
Oh yeah. We got Brian in the house here. We got Michael in the house. He's New York, New Jersey area, but we also got Ohio in the house. What's happening, Jason? How you doing? I know. Yeah. Oh, there's a whole ton of us, dude. So I've been going to a lot more cons around here, but I want to start going to a couple more outside the state. But eventually, I did last year. I did Astronomicon's really fun. Listen, wrestling, juggalos.
You're seeing all the good things. Those are the best things.
Oh, whoop whoop! Let's go. They moved that down to Ann Arbor for this year, and I'm very excited about the lineup. It's amazing. Holy.
I don't have any Fago. I have Baja Blast today, but I can go get some Fago real quick.
Crushing a monster. I should have brought Fago. I know it's amazing. Represent our Michigander people.
Heck
also,
yeah. Are you going to go to Emerald City?
Michigan. Not going to Emerald City. I know people that go to Emerald City.
Yeah, John Avita was just telling me to get to Chicago, so that's the next one. Like, I'm going to be on the train over there.
Oh, okay.
If it stays alive, I don't know. Every time I see that train, it's on fire or breaking down, or people are fleeing.
Listen, I've taken the Amtrak train and bus from here to Toledo and all the way to DC on multiple occasions. That thing is sturdy and rickety as you could possibly imagine.
Every time, like, I'm not a big traveler, obviously. Yeah. I went to Florida one time. It was the only time I ever left the state. And as I'm working up to now having to go to these cons for work, like, I don't have an excuse not to go. Like, planes are falling out of the sky, trains are lighting on fire, and I'm supposed to, like, leave.
Harsh times.
Can't do it.
Oh yeah. Wayshack's been at Emerald City a few times. Yeah, I know a couple people that go there. It's a pretty good con. So yeah.
So why wouldn't you go? What am I not knowing about? What is the tea there that you're like, I'm not going to Chicago, I'm not allowed back there?
I actually have relatives in Chicago. I could easily go, but yeah, no, I haven't made it that side, like west yet, to cons. I started out going to Baltimore like years ago. That was my first con, and then Otakon way back in the day, Baltimore, DC area.
Oh yeah, that's a whole thing.
Yeah, no, that's a
that's a lot of.
That is a whole It's completely different than it was when I first started because it was so tiny back over there. But yeah, my main one's here, Astronomicon. That's coming up. There's actually one next weekend, which is what is the one? Great Lakes.
Oh, okay.
That looks really good. The owner of that just passed away, but I hear that the family's really going to start taking it up. He was younger too. But yeah, Great Lakes is coming up. Fantasticon's coming up in March. They're moving that to a different area this time, but it's down here more. It used to be up by Port Huron. So I don't know if they're still doing the Port Huron one. And then Motor City, of course, is a great one. Grand Rapids is really good. There's a whole bunch of little ones I go to. I started going to the one downtown, which is not downtown, downriver, Monroe Comic Con. Not bad. It's a cute little small con. Very nice. I have a lot of friends that come up from Ohio to go to that one. But
I need to go to the small one so I can work up to being, not afraid of crowds and whatnot when I go to Motor City. Otherwise, I'm going to be the guy hiding underneath his table handing out books. Like a small gremlin.
It's fine. Listen, you'll come up with some dumb stuff to lure people to your table. It's great. I usually help for Comic Book Day. I usually go down to State of Comics and help Jason Douglas out. We just goof around and do dumb stuff all day long.
Yeah. As an indie comic book like writer, I get laughed out of most comic book shops because I'm like, hey, I have a comic book. And they're like, excuse me, we order from Diamond. And joke's on them. They can't do that anymore. As my book's about to go into Diamond, and I had to go into a shop, and they're like, hey, like the one shop that agreed, it was Comic City. I love the shop. They agreed to buy some of my copies from Invader. I have a new book coming out from them. And they're like, we're watching out for it. And then I go in there and like, so we're not getting Diamond anymore. And I'm like, no. And I don't know how you're going to get my book, but I would love if you remember me in case this is the last time it ever happens.
Yeah. I think Lunar is picking up way more people. And so there's another one that popped up. But it'd be interesting what happens with the Diamond, all that stuff. But
I'm hoping that they start to fill the gap because Diamond was the only one that really messed with, like the really, really small publishers like Invader and Professional Entropy, which is my new publisher for Hellion and Bash. Cool. And so like, hopefully somebody wants to fill that gap. Otherwise, we're going to keep direct marketing. I call about 3 shops a day going, hey, do you want to buy any comic books from me personally? I'm going to drive them over and hand them to you, please.
Did you try Green Brain? Green Brain has a lovely, just Michigan local artist section.
I have not, but I will. I won't do it in the middle of this conversation, but I will do it as soon as we sign
That's
off.
Sean. He used to work there.
Heck yeah.
It's right down the street.
Green Brain Comics.
Yes, Green Brain. Katie and Dan, they actually do live streams for their FOC on YouTube, and which is hilarious to me because I ran into people on YouTube from Arizona and New York, and that is their LCS. That's who they hang in, is Green Brain. I'm like,
oh, that's so cool.
It's so weird how that works, but yeah. Oh, you know what else is really good too? If you just want to get a booth places, free comic book day.
Oh heck yeah, yeah.
That's a whole blast. I love that. Yeah. But yeah, small cons. I have way more fun at small cons than super large cons. I don't see how I would ever be able to do San Diego, only because there's so many people there. And it would be annoying to me because I wouldn't be able to go to all the tables and booths or panels.
How could you?
It's too much. It's way too much. I know.
And it's so expensive. Like when just looking at the table, obviously Motor City is expensive to table. It's about $500. But compared to San Diego, where you're starting at like 5,000, like it's fine. Like what's 500 between friends? Like it's completely reasonable.
Yeah, the smaller ones are like, oh, let's do $30. Like, yeah, let's go. Let's do that one. Let's set up right here. But yeah, no, there's some really good ones. And if you like the horror conventions, if you have any horror books, there's a ton of horror conventions that are pretty amazing.
I'm actually working on one with Gerald right now. So
yes.
Gerald von Stoddard. In case anyone doesn't know who Gerald is, as I'm referencing,
legend.
Go to Mortal Coils.
Yes. Yeah. Man, he's been doing so much stuff. I love that.
He's too busy to finish the book that me and him talked about doing like a year ago now, because the second Immortal Coil started to blow up, he was like, oh, I actually have all this work that pays me to do stuff, so I can't just work with my friends anymore. And I'm like, what's that like? Who gets paid doing this?
Oh no, dude, he's been doing awesome. I would say the last year he super blew up. He had Immortal Coil came out, Devil's Gate with him and Silas came out. He's got a whole bunch of stuff that he's working on.
And he tries to play down. Like he was a writer first, and he was like, I'm going to learn how to draw so I can get a little bit more work, put out my book. And his artwork's amazing. Who learns to draw and their artwork is amazing? He always downplays it, like, oh, it's fine. I'm like, this is the most gorgeous thing I've ever seen. He won
an award last year.
Yes, he did. Oh, it's unfair, but I like it when I want him to work with me. So I try to play it down. I am mad at him.
I know, he's living his best life over in Italy right now. I know, great. I see. Good times. Yeah, dude, small cons are my favorite because I like them. Like, even when you go to Motor City, it's amazing to me. Like, Simon Busy, just be sitting there, nobody at his table, and you're like, why is nobody at this man's table? And then you see him at other lines, he's got like 4-hour lines to go meet this, but it's like all these legends just sitting there. You can talk to them for like an hour, they don't care. Like, there's no It's amazing
it's the one thing about like the proliferation of cons in general, not to get like super into the industry talk, but like with like it being mainstream, people just go to cons because they like nerdy stuff and they want to go check it out. The comic book side of most comic book conventions has really gone smaller, and you see so many creators who people don't recognize because they're like, well, I watch MCU stuff. And they don't necessarily read the comic books. So you'll see like legends and people are like, who the heck is that? Like, that's not Stan Lee. That's the one guy I know.
Yeah. Oh, man. No. So the last couple times I've been in Motor City, Michael Golden was just sitting at a table by himself. I'm like, just sitting there. I'm like, hey, what's going on? I felt bad. I bought some stuff at his table.
No, that's an opportunity. As one of those shills who makes comic books, every time I get the chance to talk to a pro, like when all of the inauguration stuff was going down, it was all doom and gloom. And I took the opportunity. I'm like, I'm going to message any big time mutual that I have and just, I'm going to shoot my shot. Hey, can I send you a book? Hey, how's it going? I'm a giant fan of you, and I know it's weird that I'm messaging you, but are you sad today too? Can we talk about this? Can I give you a comic book? And it works, you know? Oh, dude.
Yeah, and then Renee was next to him, and then I love her too. And then people were like, you got her to be nice to you? I was like, she was amazing. I loved her. What are you talking about? We talked about Barbie. It was fantastic.
I think I've just gotten lucky, but I've never had a pro in the industry be mean to me. They've always been so kind and thankful and given great advice, bought my book, all the good stuff that you want. I've never had anyone be a jerk to me. The closest thing is I asked Stephanie Phillips if I could give her a book, and she said no. Good luck. And that was the closest thing to mean anyone's ever been.
Oh, they get a ton. There was a guy, I need to reach out. So for 2 years, I have stacks and stacks of comic people that I've been talking to that want to come on the show. I don't even have time to reach out for them because I'm getting hit up by people hitting me up.
Right.
So it's like frustrating because I have like so many people I need to
hit me guys like me going, please, can I come on? I have this book. Can I send you free stuff? Please.
This is my speech when I meet an artist. I don't care if you're a noob, scratchy lines, or you've been a millionaire. I'm like, hey, the crappy podcast. I'm like, maybe. I'm like, you want to come on and talk about hot dogs? And they're like, yes.
That's what I like. I want to plug Hellion and Bash #2 that goes live tomorrow, but really what I came here to talk about was hot dogs. I had two this morning and one yesterday, and I'm fighting the urge to go have one right now. I don't know if I'll win that battle. I'll probably gonna, give up and go eat 4 or 5 after this podcast because I'm so hungry right now. But, it is what it is. You gotta.
I know. What's up, Marcus? How you doing? I know. Yes, you can. Listen, Jason, you've come on my show many times, fellow creator here. Listen, your hot dog cover will be happening. Don't you worry about it. I know. Yeah, it's good times. I know. But no, it's amazing like how many times like you run into people and then like they'll remember you and you're like, you're that hot dog chick. Like, right here.
I get this weird thing because I have like this catchphrase on TikTok because I started opening my videos as, hi, my name is TS and I write comics. That's just the thing that I start out videos saying, which most pros say, but most pros weren't on TikTok when I got on there. So when I introduce myself to them, they're like, oh yeah, me too. Like, why are you saying it like that? I'm like, oh, that's like a thing at the place that you're not at with a bunch of people who aren't as big as you. Okay, sure. So like they go from there and it's super awkward and eventually they pick up my book and the best compliment I always get is it was actually pretty good. They're so surprised. They expect it to be terrible and I'll take it. I'll take the actually.
You can't hate on that because that's some of the best feedback that you're gonna get.
It really, listen, I expect no feedback. The thing I tell new people when they're jumping in, they're going to start writing comics, making them, whatever, is don't be prepared for mean rejection. No one's going to say, this freaking sucks, don't talk to me. They're not going to say anything at all. Most people don't care that you're making books. They're not going to say anything. They're not going to reply. Like, they don't care. That's what you got to be prepared for is just the silence.
Oh, silence is probably the worst because I've reached out to people before and they're like, it's just funny to me. Like, I'll reach out to people like a year ago. And then, like, they won't even respond to your email. And then, like, a year later, they're, like, hitting me up, like, why can't you be on my show? Why can't you be on your show? And I'm like,
I haven't wrapped around there yet. I haven't made it to that next level where they message me back in regret. I think I have a long ways to go. But I think the hot dogs will kill me before I start getting
no, don't say that. Listen,
like, all those edited boom, I'm not going to live long enough for them to regret not picking up Hellion and Bash before Professional Entropy did.
That's amazing. Okay, so we're almost at 50 people with all the people that we have right here. So
that's crazy. I don't even know 50 people.
Listen, I don't know. There's 32 on Twitter. There's 13 on YouTube. I got one little dude on Twitch hanging in there. I know. Listen, I started my Twitch journey like many decades ago on there. And I did art, so most people don't come around unless I'm doing art on there. But hey, the little lonely dude that's on Twitch. Thank you for looking. You're holy. But we're going to do this real quick because we have way more people hanging. So let's do a proper introduction. Here, this is the hardest question you'll ever have to answer in your entire life. Who are you? What do you do? Why are you here?
Hi, I'm TS and I write comics and I have a brand new comic book coming out tomorrow. It's called Hellion and Bash #2. Don't worry if you haven't picked up #1. It's also available right there. You can catch up. But I write comic books. That's the thing that I do. I used to have a really boring, stuffy office job, and I quit to make comic books, which, let me tell you, kids, is a bad idea. Don't do it.
Oh, no, yes.
There's no money here. Even if you start to make successful comic books, which I started doing the indie side of the scene. But I know pros who are like, there's no money here either. So don't quit your day job. Just still make comic books in the background. But that's me. That's what I do, and that's why I'm here. Buy my books, dang it, or buy a hot dog.
Listen. Hot dogs and comics is a thing. We're going to make this happen. I tell you, it's going to go big. Yes. Jason is so excited. He says, yes, make him big. Listen, he is super big. You know what? Because you want to make him bigger, I'm going to make you ultra big.
God.
Oh, listen, isn't that horrifying? I know. Isn't that horrifying? Then you're like, oh, wait a minute. Then you look at yourself and you're like, where did that come from?
I grew the beard. That was the whole point of this. since I'm so big here, I'll hold up the picture. I can hold up.
There you go. There you go. Oh, look! Product placement. There's issue 1.
I also wrote this one. This is Tokyo Fire #1.
Nice.
And I didn't write this, but it's really good. I was reading it in between shots. This is Beneath the Trees, what nobody sees. I
want to pick that up. I have not read that yet. I have a couple issues of that. I have not read that yet.
Oh, it's so good. I couldn't put it down. Like I said, when you ran off, I'm almost
violence.
At the end, so.
Give me all the weird and the violence and the weird stuff. Let's go. I'm all about it. Yes. Yeah,
totally. And listen, I love all of the indie stuff. I'm a big Image kid growing up. That was the place where I was reading comic books. I still love Marvel and DC, but I always loved the creator-owned stuff. So it was really easy. I've had so many people reach out to me going what's your goal? What do you want to do? And I'm like, I want to do the indie thing until somebody from a bigger company picks me up so that I can go back to doing the indie thing, but make money doing it, basically. Well, the Kirkman manifesto, if you will.
Well, it's also amazing, too, because usually when you do get picked up by a publisher, I don't think many people realize this, they still make you do a campaign. Usually, most of the time, they make you do a campaign. Then they go and print your stuff because they're trying to grow your audience. But
I mean, this is a perfect example. So I finished the campaign for Hellion and Bash #1 in September of last year. And at the end of that campaign, I'm getting ready to print the books. That's when my buddy, John from Professional Entropy, he was starting a publishing company. He said he needed a flagship book, and he bought Hellion and Bash from me. Hellion and Bash and Tokyo Fire, my 2 books. And we're doing Hellion and Bash #2 right now. Nothing has changed. It's the same Kickstarter. It's all the exact same stuff. You know what changed? Is that I had enough money to get issue 2 going from Marcus Pedro, my amazing artist. Perfect. Before the issue launched. That's the only thing that changed. It's I turned in issue 3 the other day. I turned in the script to him so he can get to work on it. Nothing else has changed. So if you're looking into getting into the comic books and you want to get a publisher, just know you're doing the same thing. I'm on the same marketing tour. I think they did buy an ad. An ad ran for it on TikTok last weekend. But other than that, I'm doing the exact same stuff.
TikTok ad. Whoa, look at this fancy pants. Listen, you're out there. You're all high class. I know. Good question. Are you on the Twitter /X/ whatever you want to call that?
I am not on X. Not a fan of X, but I am on Blue Sky at TS Luther. I'm on everything else at TS Luther. I'm really active on Blue Sky. I'm really active on TikTok. Those are my 2 main platforms. And then I'm trying to grow on YouTube because TikTok's going to blow up eventually and disappear. And I need to be able to make my silly dance videos.
Follow this man.
Somewhere.
Follow this man for silly dance videos. Maybe hot dog tutorial. We don't know. Hot dog.
I love talking about hot dogs. I don't get to do it enough on lives. So this is a really good opportunity for me.
This is the place for you. I know. It's amazing. There's only one time I've ever seen somebody that was just hated hot dogs, and I was very shunned, and I was very upset by this. But
that's so upsetting. Don't talk to that person anymore.
Listen. I would, but he's a legend in the community.
Oh no, I take it all back. Please hire me. I hate hot dogs too. That's the thing that I talk about a lot is being a dad and trying to make comic books. My dream was never to I made a comic book finally. My dream was to work in comics forever. So I'm a massive tool. Every time someone's like, would you write for Marvel or DC? And I'm like, I'll write anything for anybody as long as they're letting me. So every indie book I've ever been asked to be a part of, I'm in it. I'm in so many backups of little indie books because I don't care. I'm in it. I love making comic books and I want to do it forever. And if I could write a comic book about hot dogs, I think I might be in heaven.
Listen, I already have 2 hot dog covers lined up. I can't wait. It's amazing. It's gonna be amazing. Don't worry about it. And also Phil, dude, I ran around. Phil's also local. He's a northern dude, but we ran around Cap City together last year and Motor City. So hopefully we all get to run into you sometime. Because listen,
heck yeah. I'm from way far up north. I'm from Hillman and Alpena area. If you hold up your mitt, we're close to the tip up there. As you head towards Traverse City, and I love going up there, but there's nothing there. Growing up trying to find comic books.
I know.
Exactly. You live in the woods. It was I could get Archie comics. That was the only thing I was available to me.
That's how I got. Listen, grocery lines back then, they were really pushing Archie digest. I had a whole ton of them. They were.
I love Double Digest. I have a gigantic folder of it because I'm still a giant fan. But it was also because there was nothing else available.
There wasn't. And I actually got in the '80s introduced in grocery line, but they had the sticker books. So it was kind of like the trading card things, and you would buy the sticker cards, and you'd have to buy 1 million packs to put the stickers to actually figure out what comic it was that you're looking at. But those are fun. Listen, that's how you get addicted to stuff.
Cranberry Jughead is one of the best comic book characters. Period. End of sentence. Like,
yes.
you're completely correct.
Listen,
I love Jughead.
Listen, Archie comics are amazing, but not gonna lie, why are these two chicks fighting over Archie?
Okay, yeah, no, definitely. He's overrated. But the reason why is because Jughead's not interested. If Jughead was interested, look, watch Riverdale, right? Like, the second they try to make Jughead straight and active, it's like immediately everyone's like, oh, yeah, I'm going to pick Jughead because he's way more interesting. But that's why. Riverdale is a very small town. That's why Archie gets so much play. There's not a lot to pick from,
No, I know. And he's got the two best babes fighting over him. Like, what more could you ask for? But then also, he's a jerk too, because then he'll go out with other chicks and then leaves them alone.
When I see Archie's the best, I mean the comic books, not Archie the character.
Yeah. Oh yeah, for sure. Well, we all know what you meant by that.
I'm going to get canceled here trying to side with Archie.
I don't think there's a single dude that's been collecting Archie comics and it goes like, Archie is the greatest character. No. You're reading them for Betty and Veronica and whatever shenanigans happens. Listen, I'm going to tell you right now, Jason, if you ever go to a con and Joe Rubenstein is there, just go tell him you ate hot dogs. You'll be his bestie. The best. Ooh, Polish sausages? Yeah, now we're talking.
I love Polish dogs.
Oh, I love it because I love crockpot kielbasa. Oh,
yes.
Delicious. Yeah.
If you ever make it up to Grand Blanc, there's a hot dog stand just called the Hot Dog Stand, and it's the best place to eat in the entire town. I don't know if that's a fact because I've never eaten anywhere else once I found it. So that's the only place I eat.
Okay.
But it's worth it.
Oh, you like your cap.
Totally.
Nice. Let's go. Let's see. Yes. Let's see. Big Fish Small. That's right. Listen, there's a lot of Michigan peeps all up in here. I know. Listen, yeah, there are all kinds of people happening. What? Ooh, yeah, we're special. We get decent hot dogs. That's right.
I appreciate the doubling down on Archie. I like that.
Coordination under Rod. Okay, first of all, that name. Let's go. It's amazing. Tim, how many hot dogs have you eaten today?
I had a big bowl of hot dogs. That's what I had. Like I had a hot dog bowl. That's what you do. Shout out to Detroiters. I have that's a good reference.
Yes. Let's go. No, it's amazing. Listen, we're talking here. I dropped your link for a whole bunch of stuff, your YouTube, your Instagram, whatever else I got in here. I've also been dropping your link to your pre-launch page because you're going live tomorrow.
Tomorrow at 9 a.m. Hellion and Bash #2 goes live. If you haven't picked up issue #1, that's okay. It'll be there. I have a really cool trailer that I cut myself because the publishing company was like, hey, we're going to make a trailer. And I said, hey, how about you pay me to do it instead? And they didn't, but I still made the trailer. That's okay. And it was really cool, and I had a lot of fun. It's like baby's first project. So if you ever want to see someone learn how to do editing, you can check out that trailer for Hellion and Bash #2.
Very cool. I was like, when we go, because I'm going to go over to your pre-launch page. We go check that out because there's a little bit of art and stuff on there too. We can talk about that in a second. I don't know if the trailer's on there though. If it isn't, we'll go check it out tomorrow. Sure. For sure. Let's see. You get it for free for $4.11. Nice. Way to go, Jason. Yes. Oh, that's right. A nice bowl of hot dog salad. Right. So yeah, we're here talking to you. We're up to 54 people now in all the places. I know, it's amazing. Good times.
I think my trailer is up on my YouTube. If you do want to play that at some point, it is there.
Well, guess what? Because I have your YouTube open. And I do see your trailer right there. We'll get to that in a minute, but I have to unplug. When I do that, it usually mutes me. So we'll get to the pre-launch page first, and I'll go back and play your trailer over there.
Sounds good.
We're also trying to get you here. Let me drop your link one more time to your YouTube because let's get you more subs so we can get you going. People go watch it.
Oh, sure. I think I had a total of 26, which is crazy.
Well, you're up to 37 now because I followed you earlier. Bam.
Yeah, that's the best follow. That's the most important one.
That's right. Listen, you got to interact with people and you got to follow them. That's why I like people on here. They like to hustle all their link. Listen, pimp spam. That's what we do here. Let's go get you followers and stuff.
I love it. I have like 1,500 over on TikTok, and only about 60 of them buy my comic books. So I'll take all the numbers I can get. And like I had a couple people come into my comments like trying to troll me. They're like, "He only sold 60 comics." I'm like, "Well, I've sold 300 actually, which is still a very low number." But only 60 of them back the Kickstarter. There's a difference. And And I thank my lucky stars for all 60 of them. They're the best. I don't care if there's only 60.
Listen, 60 is better than 0, D.
That's right. And in indie comics, sometimes that's all you can ask for, man. Like, it's a tough battle out there.
Listen, I have seen several people that have some amazing books over the last year, and not all of them get back. They have to come around 3, 4, 5 times. Listen, if they're getting back, they're getting back. It's just been a weird thing the last few months for whatever reason, but
it's tough. Listen. And you know what? Those 60 fans got me 2 publishing gigs. I got a gig with Invader Comics, and I got a gig with Professional Entropy. I have 3 ongoing series thanks to those 60 fans, and I will never be like not proud of that number. That's plenty for me.
Yeah, listen. For just starting out, you're doing great.
Thanks.
Free lunch right now. We're going to be going. You're going to be going to cons soon. We're going to get you way more followers in your stuff because that's why we're here. Listen, I tell people all the time. Some people might not be able to back a book today. Some people might not be able to back a book tomorrow. They might be able to back a book 2 months from now. Listen, follow dude, share the stuff. Let's go. That's what we can do here. Like as long as we're getting that out there, getting new followers, getting new people, hopefully people will share it, and then that's how you get backed. But also, I tell people this all the time. Especially if you're, let's say, the noob of the noob crop coming in and it's your first campaign. If it does not succeed, don't worry about it. Regroup, grow your fan base, come back. Don't give up. I've seen people come 4 or 5 times back on Kickstarter, come back and finally get funded. It happens. Don't worry about it. We're going to get you there.
The only way to beat the competition is to not give up. Like, I see so many people, like, worrying that their first comic book didn't sell. And, like, no one's ever heard of my first comic book. And not a lot of people have even heard of my next 2 comic books. And I have a gig with several publishers. And if I can do it, you can definitely do it.
Yeah.
And the only way to make it through, like, the bigger stuff is to just keep doing it. Because no one's going to hire you to make a comic book if you haven't put out 4 or 5 on your own and failed on the way.
Yeah. Listen, it happens. Listen, just go for it. Just keep going for it. Don't worry about it. Yes, throw it big like ballpark Frank.
Love a ballpark Frank. Now I'm getting so hungry. I need to go have that bowl of hot dogs.
Perfect. What would be your hot dog salad dressing? What would you be putting on your hot dog salad?
Coney sauce. Like Coney chili. Maybe a little bit of mustard and relish.
There we go. Perfect.
What else would it be?
Listen,
I'm offended you asked. I feel like that's a very obvious answer. And if you put anything else on there, you're wrong.
Because we have some weirdos, so we don't know. You could have been putting, I don't know, Greek dressing on that. I don't know. I know. Listen, I know. It's terrible.
Hurting my soul there. And it's got to be in a pretzel bowl. That sounds delicious. I'm so hungry now. Like I was fine before this. We've talked about so many things about hot dogs. The hot dog stand doesn't open again until tomorrow at noon. And what am I going to do?
Oh, are they though? Because it's President's Day. We don't know if they're open.
Oh no, you're right.
That's also right. Oh, Chipotle sauce.
I love Chipotle sauce, but I don't know if I'm going to put it on a hot dog.
Well, hot dog salad.
That's fair. You're right. It's a different thing.
Completely different thing. That might actually be interesting because you could have hot dog bun croutons as well, which don't knock that till you try it.
You're saying so many good things that, again, I'm trying to pimp my comic book. I'm trying to, sell this thing, and all I can think about is hot dogs right now.
It's fine. Listen, I told you it was a hot dog first round. I'm gonna go. Wait, make sure I have this open. Yes, I do. Okay, I'm gonna go to your Kickstarter free launch page right now. We can go over this. Hold on a second. Let me go like this. I gotta make us because we're gonna go like this. Don't worry, I'm not gonna make this all weird. But boom, check this out. We're so tiny now. Listen,
that's so cool.
Listen, I know we're super tiny.
This is the correct size for my face. I want you to know this is more appropriate.
Anything larger than this, and I don't want to be on camera. I hate it. But here we go. Here's your pre-launch link right now for Hellion and Bash number 2. There are some pictures of some art down there, but while we're on this lovely image page right here, tell us, what the hell is Hellion and Bash all about? Now let me open this. There we go. Boom. There we go.
Hellion and Bash is all about who protects the sidekick from the superhero. So if you have Batman and he's abusing Robin, who's going to step up to stop Batman? Number 1, people are afraid of Batman. And number 2, if you take Batman off the board, who protects the Earth, right? Like, no one wants to stop Batman from doing Batman things. So that creates a kind of a complicit and apathetic superhero community who sees this kid who maybe shouldn't be out there fighting crime because he's a kid, right? So we all have that question. You have to suspend so much disbelief when you're watching any show or cartoon or reading a comic book with a sidekick and go, yes, this is a good idea to have this child fighting crime, right? And it's a fun thing to do. I love Batman and Robin. I love Green Arrow and Speedy. I'm fine with that when I'm reading that. But I wanted to ask that question in a book like this, and that's what Hellion and Bash is. You have this superhero sidekick, the best one in the business, Hellion, and he is the sidekick to the legendary Gargoyle, who is our Batman stand-in, right? He's the world's greatest detective. And clearly Hellion is not all right at home, and no one is doing anything about it because of Gargoyle. And it's not until this world's greatest thief, Bash, our Catwoman stand-in, steps up to save this kid, and now they both go on the run from the superhero community. And that's really what the entire book is about. It starts in the shadow of a giant kaiju attack, because that's when a cat burglar would do their thing. You know, like, listen, when the superheroes are busy fighting a giant green pterosaur, what else do you do but rob the city blind? And through that, he finds out the Gargoyle's secret identity, and everything unravels from there. And that's the general pitch for the book. So if you like sidekicks, Batman and Robin, things like Invincible or The Victories, shout out to Michael Avon Oming, love that book. If you like anything like that, you're going to love Hellion and Bash.
That sounds absolutely fun.
That's my Carney rant for you.
The Carney rant, that sounds fun. Also, free hot dog with purchase if you meet him at a con.
Oh, that's genius.
Yes, and apparently Jason says, I hate my audience's eye holes with this bright red. Listen, Jason, I need to ask you this because this is pissing me off so much. Every single thing setting-wise I have on my computer is in dark mode. For whatever reason, Kickstarter, I can't put it on dark mode, okay? But I see you have it on dark mode. How do you put your Kickstarter on dark mode? Because it needs to be on dark mode. I can't stand this brightness because I will go blind. It's so white. This is so bright. Killing my eyes. And apparently that nerdy Papa Bear says, your next book 100% going to be about a lonely hot dog searching for his salad. Oh, listen, I back
beautiful. That. Shout out to Rod from Irrepressible Comics. That's that nerdy Papa Bear. He writes Colonel Jefferson, and I write backups for that sometimes. And this will 100% happen. It will definitely be in there now. There will be a hot dog looking for his salad.
Perfect. We're going to have to make that happen. I can't wait. Let's see. Imagine all the comics you wouldn't have, but damn.
1,000%. And here's the thing. It's not a ripoff. It's completely out there. It's there on purpose. It's meant to be a shorthand so you understand. I don't need to set up this whole comic book and have you learn the Gargoyle's backstory for 50 issues before you start to question this sidekick and should he be out there. I purposefully made him a Batman analog type character so you already have those feelings. You already have those emotions towards Batman, so it can be about that. The same way Invincible is similar to Spider-Man and Superman, right? Like it's meant to be there. So as an audience, you already are caught up, basically.
Nice.
And also, there's a complete legal distinction between Sauron from Marvel and Pterror-Dactyl from Hellion and Bash. They are completely different characters, and I am a giant fan of Sauron, but they are completely legally distinct. TM.
Amazing. No, this is fun because I read the little preview issue that you sent me earlier. Sure. So I liked it. It was fun. There was a lot of chaos happening. There's a lot of sneaky dudes in it, but I like how you kind of started it with the difference in villains, villainry, which is it's good times. I like it because I don't know if you know this. I am pro villain myself.
Yeah, you're gonna love this book in this universe. I love the villains.
Yes.
I have so many fun things to go over. In the next issue, you get to see what we call the gray area, which is the bar where it's neutral territory where people can't get into superhero fights. So you have all of the D level and C level supervillains and superheroes hang out there. And there's so many cool references and awesome heroes that go in there. And if issue 2 sells well enough, that's the next book I'm pitching to Professional Entropy is a gray area book where we get to see all these side villains doing stuff.
This is the panel I was talking about right here. Get all the little villains, the difference in the psychopaths and why they're doing things. But as you can see here, clearly there's some enhancements going on with this villain. And boom, that's how we get Pterror-Dactyl, dude. It looks really cool. I like the design of your Pterror-Dactyl guy.
Thank you. I love him. His real name is called Clarence George, and he's just a dude who was wandering around looking to get some money to pay rent. and he goes out for this drug trial, and he gets turned into this giant thing, and he's attacking the city, and he's the type of villain who's, I didn't ask for this. That's the type of giant monster he is. And of course, the world's premier superhero league, the Coalition, has to step up to fight him. And he doesn't want this. He just wants to, do his thing. And now he's a giant monster attacking the city.
Yeah, I mean, is he trying to attack it, or he's just like, man, help me, leave me alone?
So he has this enhancement that it comes up later. I can spoil this. It happens in a later issue. They explain it. But he has money sense. So the way that he was programmed to transform is he will attack and destroy the thing that is the most expensive in the city.
I see. Okay,
so he's forced to just blow shit up.
That's a good villain power, because all the times you're like, why is this building getting crushed? Or like Godzilla comes in and rampages the city. But yeah, I like that he has honed in on which ones to take care of. That's why. Damn. Let's see. Oh, looks good. That's right. And Jason, why do I hear a random predator in your ear from time to time? Good question.
You do have a clicky thing that happens every so often coming from your mic. I didn't want to say anything, but if your audience is gonna, talk about it, I can mention that I also have heard the predator.
Okay, because I don't know what I have a new laptop, and this laptop pisses me off so much because it'll mute me for no reason. It'll change my audio settings for no reason, and I can't figure out why. And it was never doing that until I plugged in 2 different other cameras, and I can't figure out why it hates me so much. Because if I go to play your trailer later, I have to unplug to play it because it won't do it. The butthole. Okay, now you guys are just pulling my shit because I didn't click anything until right this second, so I don't know what you're hearing. I'm not even touching my keyboard. Listen, people give me crap all the time for my fast typing skills. Listen, no hands. Listen, I'm not clicking nothing. Nothing's going on.
I think you got to lean into it and get a predator mask.
I will. Listen, I have all kinds of masks. I will definitely do that. But, well, you typed slower. Listen, I can't help it. I can't type slower than what I normally do. It just can't happen. Jason's pulling up a good question here. How many pages is this comic here? Because this is issue 2.
22 pages for issue 1 and 22 pages for issue 2. Trying to keep it pretty standard. There's a lot of back matter. We have concept art, letters page, obviously, stuff like that. But 22 page stories. Once we get to issue 3, we have a backup that runs, so it'll be a little bit larger. I think issue 3 is around 28 pages. But pretty standard, especially once a publisher comes in and they give you so much money for so many pages, you have to stick to a kind of standard amount. I'm going to try to push it with issue 3, and if that goes well, maybe I'll push it even further for issue 4. But right now, 22 pages each.
Perfect. And this is one of the covers for issue 2 here. You can see you can see the characters in here. You got a bad guy. This is your superhero. Yes.
Those are the titular Hellion and Bash. Hellion has, similar to like Nova, he has jet boots that he flies around in, and Bash is just a straight up cat burglar, but he does have enhanced luck, a la like Black Cat, and he can't control it. So most of the time he just wanders around, like he throws dartboards at a wall, and that's where he goes and robs stuff, and it just happens to be very expensive, and he does very well for himself.
It's amazing. It's perfect that he can complete these robberies as, targeted expensive buildings are being attacked. That just seems like, it's meant to be.
It's very serendipitous, right? And I get to say that even though I'm the writer and I came up with it, and obviously it all works out. But I love my favorite bit about the first issue, because there's all this superhero action happening, but he uses all of the superheroes' like different abilities for his escape. So like there's a speedster running around saving people. So if he just puts himself in harm's way, he now has the fastest getaway car that's ever been created. So like if he jumps out of a building and Seraph, who is our Hawkman-like character, is flying by, well, he's going to catch him and carry him away. And who knows why he's carrying 2 duffel bags that are very, very heavy, filled with cash. He just happened to be leaving the bank.
It's grappling gear.
Exactly. But it's one of my favorite things to write is anything like heists or supervillains, like robbing stuff, because it's so fun, and so often we see the other side of it. Obviously, there's awesome supervillain books, but I had a lot of fun coming up with like a supervillain heist.
Ooh, yes, more for the supervillains. Let's go. And Jason coming up with another good question: is this going to be a limited series or an ongoing series?
This is going to be an ongoing. As long as people are buying it, Professional Entropy has said that they will keep publishing it. I'm their flagship creator. So if as long as I'm enjoying doing it and people are buying it, they're going to keep it going until they like inevitably hire someone much cooler than me. So until then, this is going to be an ongoing. Right now, I am contracted for 4 issues. So as long as those sell, we're going to keep going. I have about 56 issues, at least outlined. We have about 7 written, but I have 56, outlined. So the series can go on for quite a while if we enjoy it, but it is ongoing. As long as people are buying it, I'll be there.
Perfect. I like that.
I heard the Predator again.
Okay. That's weird. Maybe it wasn't like control pasted, but that's so weird though. Okay, I don't know why that's picking it up. Listen, I don't know. I'll figure this out one day. Yeah, super imaginative stuff. Yeah, oh, it's nice hearing ideas and yes. Listen, I like that people get creative and stuff. That's amazing.
I appreciate it.
Thank you. Thanks, TM. And what is up, Ozzy? How are you doing? Yes. Boom. Okay. So we got down to there, caught up in chat. So let's go back here for a second because we're gonna go more over your page here. So here we got more of the interior artwork this is for issue 2.
That's for issue 2. And that's the first thing I ever wrote for this series. This was in the pitch packet to Professional Entropy way back when they were first talking about launching, even before I ran the Kickstarter for issue 1, when my buddy was like, hey, do you have anything new that you haven't printed yet? And this was the original conversation that I had with my wife going, hey, I think I'm going to write this new superhero book because I wrote other stuff. And it was all about these 2 dudes arguing about the gargoyle. And he's like, don't worry, he's not going to come out at night, or he's not going to come out during the day. He's a gargoyle. And he's like, listen, he's not a cryptid. It's just a dude in a costume. And it's my favorite bit in the whole thing is that half of the super villain thugs in the city think that he is this mythical guy, very Batman-esque, right? Hilarious. Like, is Batman a giant bat or a vampire, or is he just a dude in a costume?
Either one. He could be a giant bat dude in a bat costume. We don't know. He's just trying to throw people off his game because he's one people Batman, actually. Oh, that's great. Oh my God. Hold on. I know you love that question. Everyone loves the AI questions. Hold on. I really love these faces.
Thank you. Like that was like, so I hit up Marcus and he had written them, and they were much less serious, or much more serious in their conversation. I was like, no, this is comedic relief. These dudes are honestly arguing about this. I need you to go a little bit more ham and make this funnier, because this needs to be a good time because it's the opening of the issue. Okay.
I love it when artists get full on expressions, because that to me is what sells the character. I don't like it when people just have like the same face over and over again. Listen, this little derpy right here, he's just like,
I told Marcus, I'm like, no, this dude's an idiot. You need to draw him like an idiot. And Marcus has some of the best character acting when it comes to his artwork. I love working with him so much, and he always understands the assignment. And my favorite thing to do is to just pitch him characters, because then he just sends me concept art. And these are characters I never plan on using. And he spends his time making all this amazing concept art for me. And so these 2 characters will be coming back later on because they're so cool looking. Nice. And I'm like, I gotta use these guys.
I like them. And also this is giving me vibes to some people that I know, but here you go. Here's more of his imagery. I like the imagery of this character. I like the colors that you went with. It's pretty good.
Thank you. The yellow, gold, and like orange are kind of like a motif for Hellion, because he's supposed to be like the signal. He is the guy who draws the attention away from Gargoyle, right? Like Robin in his green and red, So I had a lot of fun like designing that character. He's the only design that I came up with wholly by myself. Most of it was Marcus. I said, hey, I want this guy to be the Gargoyle, and he sent me back the coolest design I've ever seen. Whereas with Hellion, I'm like, I drew this, paper with green crayon. I said, please make this fancy. And he did it.
Crayon, you say?
Oh, well, of course. I'm a writer. I'm not a drawer.
Back in the day when I first started streaming, like 18 years ago, I would do crayon portraits of the people that were in my chat.
Oh, that's so cool.
A long time ago. Apparently, Jason felt obligated to ask a CJ question because CJ isn't here. So I'll get to your AI question right now. I know. Listen, you're welcome. What are your feelings on AI and how it's being used in industry? Because we all know CJ loves AI. That's right. I know.
How inflammatory can I get on here?
I really don't care.
Am I allowed to swear? Is that okay?
I saw your swear words with hot topic.
Yeah.
No, you can go for it.
Okay, fuck AI, and fuck the use of AI in AI art when it comes to that stuff. It's stealing people's hard-earned work and profiting off of it. I don't respect AI art when it comes to comic books, especially. They can all go fall in a hole. I hate it, and you'll never see me using it or utilizing it in any respect when it comes to comics. One of the reasons why I worked with Professional Entropy is that they stand for the same thing with Vader Comics, and I can't speak for them as companies as whole, but I won't utilize it, and anybody who does can go sit down.
Yes, don't worry. And yeah, they say exactly what he said.
Professional Entropy is in the chat. My boss is in the chat. Don't.
Oh, he says go wild. He said go wild.
Cool.
And, yeah, like he said exactly. Listen. Boom. Let's go. Keep art in comics. Don't put the AI in there. Let's go. To me, love seeing when people make those mistakes when they're doing artwork, and to me that leads to more. You find something better that you want to do down the road because of the mistakes that you had. So keep at it, people. You never know what's going to spawn forth from your imagination when you just go bananas on a piece of artwork. So let's go. See, bam, there you go. Thanks for that thoughtful question. So I'm going to ask you another one. That's by Real Rude. He likes this question a lot. Okay, I'll make you big for this because this is a fun question. If you were to take out any superhero, okay, you're going to take them out. They cannot come back. They cannot be revived whatsoever. Who are you taking out, and how are you taking them out?
Oh man, that's such a big question because I have so many different answers. I have two that I always go to, but I'm going to go with number one. That's Batman. And my reason, I love Batman. I never want to see him go like that. But I also love legacy in comic books. I love the passing of the torch, the handing off of the cowl, the mantle being passed down. Growing up in the 90s when I did, Wally West was my Flash. Dick Grayson was on his way to be Batman. The Robin mantle had been passed down. All of that stuff. That's my favorite thing. I love the legacy and like the carrying on of the story and all this constant retconning going back to the status quo. So I would take out Batman and I would have him go down at like the hands of the Joker, but have the Joker go down too, so you can start fresh with the next chapter. I loved when Dick Grayson became Batman, and I also loved the Tim Drake storyline when he's going back in time to try to find Batman. All that stuff was still really fun, but I love the idea of that mantle finally being passed. There are so many cool heroes that can step up and fill those shoes, and Tim Drake is my pick for it. I love when Dick Grayson became it, but Tim Drake should be Batman. But I can go on and on about that stuff. But that's who that Batman needs to hand off the mantle.
All right. I like this. I like it. All right. Who's your other one? Who's the other one are you going to go with?
The other one was Spider-Man, and I don't want to see Spider-Man die, but obviously with the Parker luck, he needs to die. That's what would happen. Again, growing up with Spider-Girl, I love that, but he now has Miles Morales, and Miles Morales taking over for him is such a cool, again, awesome story that's already been done well in Ultimate Comics, and I would just love to see it. Even if we can't kill Peter, because he's my favorite, I would love him to step down and somebody else fill those shoes at least. I love all the stories where he becomes a teacher, and I'm like, yes, let him teach. Yeah, let that boy be able to pay his mortgage.
I like when people go on a journey, because that's some of my favorite stuff in comics. Is not the full runs of stuff; it's the side limited series where you can delve into people's past. You get the cool characters.
You get a third act is the thing. It's why Invincible is easily one of the best superhero comics ever, because he gets to have an ending. It gets to have a third act. Yeah. And that's what makes a good story is the ending. Yeah. And it's hard to do that with comics that have to keep going back to status quo.
That's always why manga does really well as well. Start
1,000%.
Boom. Then you don't have to go try to figure out where volume one, which kids today can't even go afford any of the stuff. Even the reprints are already at like $30-some. Are you kidding me? It's ridiculous. Oh, Speedball, but so how are you gonna take Yeah, that'd be a good one. I hope Beckerman is in chat. So how are you going to take Batman out is the question. What are you going to do?
I think he has to go down at the hands of the Joker. I think it has to be like a fight to the death. And
nice.
And I think he dies saving the Joker, and the Joker kills himself because Batman's gone. That's how I would do it. That's the way it needs to go down. That's the only way that makes sense.
Yeah. What's up, Shelby?
Who doesn't, right? I'm a Spider-Man stan. It's obvious. TS wants to kill Peter Parker. Heard it here first. Oh, no, I'll never get that job now.
It's okay. Listen, they might hear this and be like, you know what? That needs to happen in a Marvel story, and this is the guy to do it.
You heard it here first. The only people that Marvel will ever let me write are Stiltman and maybe Hank, Agent of Hydra. And then when it comes to DC, they would never give me Batman, but they might give me Dog Welder. So I've written a few Dog Welder specs.
I'm
so
here
I can
for
get
it.
in there.
Let's go. I'm here for it. Let's have it. Oh, wow. Wow, everybody's coming in with Miles as a chump. Damn. Okay.
I disagree heavily. Tim Drake is my favorite Robin. Second is Damian Wayne. I wholeheartedly agree. I love that. Tim Drake is the best. Mary Jane needs to get Spider-Man. Mary Jane has gotten Spider-Man powers. Let her do some stories.
Yeah. Oh, man. Or Peter's daughter can come back. Oh.
I love Peter's daughter. Again, Spider-Girl was like one of my first comics that was not Superman or Archie. And I love Spider-Girl. And that's exactly what I'm thinking of. Peter goatee, and he's mostly a newspaper guy, and she's out there killing it. I might get Paste Pop Pete. I can write a sick Paste Pop Pete.
Listen, I had a feeling you did. You're into the comics. You like all this stuff. But listen, Howard the Duck. Listen, Howard the Duck's one of my favorite things of all time.
Howard the Duck is amazing.
I just recently found the trading cards from the OG movie set, and let me tell you,
that's so cool.
I need to get the whole rest of them because I bought one pack, and I was like, dang it, now I'm hooked on this because my bro and I got back into cars. I was like, oh, this is killing me. Howard the Duck is the best. Let's go.
Howard the Duck was my first VHS. Again, no one knows what a VHS is because we're old, but you know. But also, Howard the Duck is too big. They would never let me write Howard the Duck, Rod. Like, it'll never happen.
Listen, it might happen. He's making a comeback. He's been in more stuff. They are making.
That's what I'm saying. He's too big. They would never give it to me.
I don't know. Listen, I'm homies with Michael Golden. Maybe he could put in a word for you, and you can come back making the zines of the Howard the Duck. You know, the way old back in the day. Come back with the weird stuff. They always have like sexy characters in there. Let's go. I want some more Halloween episodes. Maybe he decides to get his own hot dog cart one day. You don't know. Which is also confusing too, because when there's animal characters, where do the hot dogs come from?
Love it.
I really that's in Pokemon because you don't see any other pets. Is what I'm saying.
They did originally. Ash had a dog. And
I know.
They wrote that out.
Listen, yeah, like the OG Dragon Ball. There were way more other characters than the humanoids. They got rid of them. I know.
Spider-Ham is the only successor Peter accept. That's fair. I love Spider-Ham.
Yeah. Okay, I like it. What's up, Callie? I know. It's been good times. Listen, Garvin, drop the link one more time. Okay, I just copied and pasted that. Did that make the printer sound?
No, I didn't hear it.
What the hell? I don't know. I have no idea. Well, get to the campaign. Get to the campaign now. Let's go. But yeah, here, check it out. Because right now you're on pre-launch, and it's going to be launching in the morning. Yes. So 9-ish. Get ready for this to launch. So go set it.
In the meantime, though,
I already clicked it.
Algorithm. Click the notify me on launch. I would love it. Even if you're not going to back it, just go click it for fun. It's fun to click on stuff, guys.
Funsies. It is fun to click on stuff. You too could be click-clacking like myself. Here we go. Here, this is the fun page. Just picking them up, moving around. It's good times. But yeah, move my mouse around. Listen. Anything? Not that. I don't know. Listen. I don't know.
Thank you so much.
It now? I don't understand. What's up, Noah? Your beard is almost as bad. No. What beard, Noah, is my question. What beard? Michael Golden Rocks. That's right. Oh, my God. Okay. Next time I see him, I will. Listen, he gave me three Walking Dead prints. So let's go. I don't listen. I have no idea. I'll have to fix my stuff. Listen, I'm sorry that I'm not pro sausages. I'm sorry, even though I am pro sausages. Let's go. What's up, BCC? How are you doing? Hopefully, you have a good show tonight. You're hearing tapping now. Listen, if you guys are trolling me, I'd be very upset.
You're not. I hear it too. I swear.
I don't know. This is just. I have no idea. My whole setup.
The person that she has, that she's holding captive underneath the floorboards, is tapping. That is what it is. It's the Morse code.
That's right. What's that? Follow this pre-launch link. Let's go. Yeah, let's go. But yeah, this is fun. So this is your Hellion and Bash comic right here. This is for issue 2. That's launching tomorrow morning. Let's go. And here's your dude here. I like this design. I like this a lot when I saw this.
What are you seeing? What are you talking? What are you looking at?
Oh wait, does it not show? Why is it not showing?
You're showing me big and beautiful.
Hold on. I spazzed out and clicked the wrong thing. Damn it! I was showing this for a while now.
I would love to write a Predator comic. I love.
Okay.
I just started showing my wife the Predator movies because she had never seen them. Giant fan of Predator.
Here. I was showing this off this whole time, and then I just realized I wasn't on there. So there you go. Here's more of your comics. I know. Listen, I told you, pro stream here. Pro stream. That's what happens when you talk about nerd stuff in comics. You just get so excited, and you're like, oh my gosh. Okay, explain to this. Who is this guy here?
That is the Gargoyle, Abraham Wyatt, billionaire, playboy, philanthropist by day, by night. He is the superhero, detective, leader of the coalition. And I made sure to have Marcus draw the coolest, most badass design he could think of when I said the Gargoyle, so people can be really torn when they buy merch on him as they read and go, oh, he's kind of a bad guy. And I want you to feel bad that you own all this cool stuff and never buy my merch ever again because you're afraid that they might be a bad guy. So I'm a terrible marketer, but I'm a great comic book writer.
Yeah, because Jason wants you to write a Predator comic now, which is amazing, which I would love to see because I love the Predator. Predator's amazing. And listen, I don't know what is happening. I don't know. Jesus, what's going on here? Let's see. Boop, 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 boop. Ooh, you got a sinister side. Yes, I would say so. He looks pretty dope.
Yeah, I believe the tag for this, obviously you don't see it in this, but this page of the comic book says he's the monster, and that is the best way to describe the Gargoyle. And I again, though, it sucks because this is the coolest design ever. Marcus sent me this. I was like, he's too cool to be not a good guy. But yeah, who protects the sidekick from the superhero is the whole pitch. So obviously Gargoyle's got to be kind of crappy, but he looks so cool. I love the helmet. And so maybe, again, the mantle being passed, maybe somebody else can pick it up and not be so dang terrible.
Yeah, no, I like the design. I like that he's got, the elbow claws. Let's go. You need some of those sometimes.
Sometimes.
Sometimes you do. It's amazing. All right, here, let me refresh this one more time. But yeah, I dropped the link a bunch of times. Hopefully more people go and follow this because you are launching tomorrow. And Professional Entropy is saying, and with all of his billionaires, he's a gentle stand-up guy, right? Yeah,
that's right. I would never write anything that would not sell comic books. Professional Entropy. So that is correct. Real quick, I have to mention how I got hired by Professional Entropy.
Yes,
I was writing comic books.
Here, let me make you the bigs. We can see.
Yeah.
There you go. Boom.
Two dudes came up to me in suits. I was in the woods, just hiking, and they came up to me and they had a gas can and a lighter, and they said, "Why make money when you can make comic books?" And then there was a small explosion, and the next day I got a contract for Hellion and Bash #2.
Wow.
So they're not taking submissions right now, but they will be. They're going to be way bigger than me. People are going to go, didn't you do a book with that giant company? And I'm going to go, yeah. And then they gave me the boot when they hired better people.
Oh,
so if you want to jump on the bandwagon early, this is the first book that they're publishing. These dudes are going to be giant.
Yeah, the two dudes in suits had nothing to do with the comic company. It just happened.
It just happened. Yeah, right. It was just happened to be unrelated.
They were just there at the same time. That's right. Yeah, and Jason. Yeah, that's how it always starts. Exactly. That's how it always starts. I just might, Cran. I just might have a horde of borrowers under my keyboards. That's what's pressing my keys. And that's how I'm like, oh, I'm not typing. Guess what? They are. Oh, that's right. I know. So here, let me drop this one more time. Here we go. Is your pre-launch link for tomorrow because you're going live. Go follow this. Go click it because it sounds like a lot of fun, and I really hope that everybody goes and checks it out. But yeah, we don't know. It was some guy. Two guys. They were camping.
Did you end up finding that trailer? I don't know if you want to show that off.
Yes. Let me go to that. Hold on. Let me go to your. How do I open up this over here? Boom.
I feel bad that I wasn't prepared for it.
Listen, I'm not prepared for anything. So
there are some sexy cameos in issue 2. A lot of people are in the cameo tier. It's a cool thing that I offer on all my Kickstarters is if you want a cameo in the books. A lot of people bought the cameo tier, which was super exciting and super cool, super helpful when it comes to making the book too. But also so many rad characters. People sent me their OCs and stuff, and it's gonna be cool.
Okay, so after I show the trailer, do you want to talk about a couple of your tiers because we can't get into that because it's on the pre-launch page? All right, so let me find where I moved your YouTube page to. Let me see that. Go to us tiny. Yeah, you can see it here. And there's a copy of the cover right there. Okay, share screen. Where is your YouTube page? There it is. There's your YouTube page. Boom. Okay, so I already dropped your link right now for your YouTube page already. And hold on, stop. All right, I'm gonna unplug. So oh. Not only did it mute me, it removed me from the freaking stream. So
Oh no!
I know. Listen. Well, okay. So I think that might be with problems. All right. This is on full screen here, so let's watch this. Can you at least hear this when I go and play?
Let's talk about.
Can you hear that?
A little bit. It
All
sounds
right.
like it's coming from your speaker.
Oh, okay. It wasn't. It was low. Okay. Let me play that from the beginning. All right. Let's play this.
Let's talk about Hellion and Bash. Under the cover of a kaiju attack, the world's greatest and luckiest cat burglar, Bash, accidentally uncovers the secret identity of the superhero detective known as the Gargoyle. As our lovable rogue follows the discovery down the rabbit hole, more sinister secrets are unearthed, and our titular thief is joined by the world's greatest sidekick, Hellion, and the pair find themselves on the run from both superheroes and villains alike. Written by T.S. Luther, drawn by Marcus Pedro, lettered by Fishley and Mike Stock, and published by Professional Entropy, Hellion and Bash is an ongoing series that asks and answers the question, who protects a sidekick from a superhero? With your help, you can continue the series that was launched and fully funded in under an hour. Click the button and get notified when the campaign goes live. On Kickstarter.
Ooh, fun. Let's see. Okay. Oh, nothing's working. What the? Streaming. Let's go. Nope. All right. Now none of my can't. Oh, it's happening. Hold on. StreamYard has removed all of my devices. Look at this.
Oh no.
This is the best. StreamYard.
I do have a preview of the page. If you wanna let me present, I can show it off if that's all right.
That is completely fine right there. People do like your trailer. Listen, best show ever. You're right. That's correct. Yeah, if you want to hit present, I'll go ahead and.
All right. I asked to present. I don't know if it'll let me. I think you have to select and make me a sharer. I don't know how it works.
You're gonna stay here.
There we go.
All right, hold on. Oh my god.
We can still hear you. So we have a nice little preview there. But if we scroll down past the catch up and the story and the preview that you just saw, I have details on the book. Obviously, it's a 22-page book like we were talking about. But if you go down to your rewards, we have a build your own tier where you can add in all of the really cool add-ons that I'll show you in a second. Because some people don't want to buy one of my pre-made tiers. You can get the book digitally for $5. $10 gets you a digital and a physical copy. You can do a catch-up tier for the digital stuff and get both the first issue and the second issue digitally. $15 gets our collector's combo. I've had a lot of people request this one because they wanted one to read and one to keep mint, and I'll give you a digital backup for that one. $15 gives you my digital library, so all the stuff that I've published through Professional Entropy and from my own catalog. So growing up, my previous comic book, Tokyo Fire, issues 1 and 2 of Hellion and Bash. $20 gets you like everything issue 2 from Hellion and Bash. So if you already backed issue 1, we get both issues digital and physical. You get the script digitally and physically, and our 2 new stickers. That's Pterror-Dactyl and Yeti Man. The other $20 tier is if you want to get issue 1 and 2 physically and digitally. $30 is our physical library. It's just everything I got and the digital backups. $40 gets you all of that stuff. So all the Hellion and Bash, you get the scripts, you get the books, you get the stickers and the art prints that I did for the first Kickstarter, Yeti Man and Gargoyle and Hellion. $50 is basically everything we just talked about and a thank you. So we have a thank you page that we do. If you look at the add-ons, we have our stickers. These stickers are rad. They're clear, so it looks like, the Pterror-Dactyl is kind of climbing out of something. All of our books, digital or physical, are $5 if you want to do an add-on. I sell my scripts, so if you want to learn how to write a comic book, if you've never seen a comic book script, or if you're just interested and you're a fan and you want more, I sell my scripts digitally and physically. Those art prints that I mentioned, $7 gets you a thank you page shout out. So That's one of the big add-ons that people usually add because they just want to get their name in the book. For $30, you can get your producer tag. This one specifically helps me pay for the artwork. This one's priced in a certain way so I can ask Marcus to do more concept work for me because I love it and it keeps him working when we can't afford to do the next issue. Your name goes right next to mine on the credits page. $75 gets you an ad in there. There's a couple people that have bought ads in those. I love those. I'll advertise whatever as long as you're not bigot or a fascist. So if you're not those two things, you can totally get an ad there. And then the cameo that we mentioned, $75 gets you in the comic book. I'm trying to limit those a little bit because it really slowed down the production on issue 2. A lot of people bought it, and we had to do a lot of design work with Marcus to make sure that everyone could fit into the book and it made sense and it was worth it. A lot of the people who are being terrorized in that issue were extra stuff. So sorry, I'm so sorry. But that is everything. Those are all words and add-ons that we have. I promise I won't shill anymore.
Listen, you're fine. It's all right. I made it back. Listen. Yeah, no, we not lying. It is we are under a blizzard that has nothing to do with the asshole that is my computer that decided to kick me off.
It is going to snow like heavily outside. So.
Oh, great. Yeah. I still have to shovel the snow from this morning. So woo! I can't wait. Yay. He did great. Good. I'm glad to hear that you were successfully able to take over a stream and pitch your book perfectly. Also, I really do like when people do the add-on cameo tiers.
Oh yeah.
Just a heads up. Sometimes what people do is they'll do it for the next issue.
That's exactly what I do. So if you purchase a cameo tomorrow when the campaign goes live, it'll be a cameo for issue 3. Issue 2 is almost done. So when you back it and the Kickstarter is done, you get a book fairly quickly. So it'll be for issue 3. So don't worry, it'll happen and it comes out and I get to work with you and do that stuff. But yeah, it won't pop up in the issue 2 that's about to be in your mailbox after you back it. So.
Oh dang! Also, I don't know what happened, but it disconnected one of my streams too. I don't know what happened, but dang!
Oh no!
Yes.
That one dude watching on Twitch didn't hear anything that I was shilling.
No, actually, Twitter went down for some reason. I don't know what happened.
Is it because I said I don't like fascists and bigots? Is that why you weren't allowed to stream on Twitter anymore?
But it's still showing me live. It's just not connected for some reason. I don't know. Oh, there it goes. Now it bounced back. So all of our 50 people from Twitch have now, Twitter have now come back. Perfect. Thank you for hanging, Twitter people. Glad nobody left, but yeah, glad to see that you did. Amazing.
Yeah,
listen,
thank you.
Sounds a lot of fun. I can't wait. I do like when people do the cameos and the drop-in things because I myself back some of those. Those are fun. This cosplay behind you is on par.
Which cosplay? The dude from the Mummy?
The hot guy from the Mummy?
My wife is a gigantic Mummy and Mummy Returns fan. That is just straight up an actual portrait. Should.
That is a saucy, hot.
I love it. Not enough to have the mural in the background like she does, but listen, she gets to decorate as well. So I get like Beetleborgs and stuff on this side, and she gets the Mummy Returns over there.
Let's go. Listen. I went to a store not too long ago and I found my guy right here. Here we go. OG Hordak is one of the sexiest villains of all time.
I love it.
Yeah, there he is. He's in his full glory. Boom. Original weapons and everything. So excited when I saw that.
I guess I want to show off all of my action, but I don't have enough time. There's too many. There's a lot of Digimon figures, you know.
You'll have to come back when this is live. Come back.
I would love to. If you'll have me, I would love to come back. This has been a blast.
You'll show your Digimon figures because I was gonna bag and board my Digimon cards, and TM was gonna show his Digimon comics. So we could do a Digimon day, and then we could plop your campaign.
Do you like Digimon cards? Because I absolutely love Digimon cards.
Perfect, because I'm rebagging and I keep killing bagging and boarding. Dang it, they're sleeving. So we've been prepping this. I did a whole bunch of Pokemon with the other day. So I'm trying to get rid of a whole bunch of stuff in my collection. What's up, Sumo? No, we're not going anywhere just yet. I had technical difficulties. Attacked by Predator. They pulled me down. The borrowers were on strike, and that's what happened. I unplugged all my stuff. So there we go. Let's see. Oh, dang, Cran. Yeah. Oh, damn. Jay's coming in harsh because he's a butthole. Here, I'll drop this one more time because I don't know what's actually being shared right now. I'm going to redrop this on the Twitter because, but yeah. Oh my God, we'll have Digimon Day. TM, you hear that? TM's probably one of the biggest
so excited.
Digimon people.
I absolutely love Digimon. I'm actually pitching a Digimon-esque series right now with my buddy
Cool.
Samtastic, an amazing artist, and we have a really cool series called Monster Summer that we're working on right now, and it's very Digimon coded.
Oh, dude, I'm here for that. I love it. I'm a huge listen. I have a whole freaking Pokemon shelf here that you cannot see. Yeah, no, I am. Here we go. I'll show this. It's my Pikapool that I got from Yumicon.
Oh, that's so cool!
If you don't go to Yomicon, go to Yomicon. It's my favorite con in Michigan. It happens around Halloween weekends. Wait, no, I slide myself over here. It's anime convention, but they've slowly been adding more comic stuff to it. It's all like because it's Halloween weekend. It's usually like horror and comics in anime, which is fantastic. It's good, all the best stuff. So yeah, here let's make us like there we go. We're the same size. It's just a weird. One's big, one's tiny. I like being super tiny, but here it's in Detroit. At the it used to be Renaissance Center and Kobo, but it's not Kobo only because I don't know what they're doing with Renaissance Center. But I don't know what the actual name of that place is now, but it will forever be Kobo Hall to me. So it's always Kobo Hall. Yes.
No, and Cran, it will not contain those types of scenes. There's a lot of children in this book, so no, it will not.
Yeah. Listen, no. We will not be having that. No. Yeah, no.
I'm not on that end of the nerdum. I'm not a furry in that way, but I'm sorry.
I mean, technically, you can wear anything.
Hey, we're not lying about your community. I love how unhinged they are.
His name is Unhinged.
You caught it. You caught the pun. I'm a dad. That's what I do. It's always there. Every pun is intended.
Keep them coming. Let's go. That's right. What's up, Edwin? How are you guys doing? So yeah, I'll drop the link over time because I literally don't know if this is even sending things correctly. If it is, this is your pre-launch link. It's going out tomorrow live in the morning. Go check it out. It looks really fun. It looks like a lot of fun. So I'm very excited to see where this is going to go. I wish you much success.
Thank you so much.
On it. So hopefully, because you said the other one funded within an hour, so hopefully you do that half the time. Let's go. I
would love that. It did under an hour. I would love to do that again, and people do seem to like it. Again, the pull code on the box is actually pretty good, so people are surprised and bewildered that it's actually solid. So take that for what you will. People like it, not just me, not just my mom, but other people too.
Oh. Wow, not just your mom. Damn.
Well, my mom actually doesn't like it. She said it was terrible, but we don't count her. She's in her 60s.
She has nothing about comics. That's right. Here, I'm dropping your link right now to your YouTube because you can go check out the trailer though. But go follow him because let's get you 50 followers ASAP would be nice. Let's do that. You could go make way more content and do dumb stuff and be like Digimon. And then
I would love to do that. I should make Digimon content. That would be much better than my comic books. But if you want to hear me talk about any of that stuff, I'm at TS Luther literally everywhere. So feel free to come and bother me anywhere you want, Jay. We can fight about stuff. That's all cool. Anybody who wants to troll me elsewhere, at TS Luther across the board. Your mom hates rooting for bad guys. Go. I also love Power Rangers. So.
Sumo apparently has a face for radio. Oh,
who doesn't? Listen, and they still let me on podcasts that have video format, so it's okay.
Turd Ferguson, represent.
I don't have a big enough hat.
I need a bigger one. His hat was too small on that. He needs a way larger.
It's funny.
Way larger hat. I know. I love that. It's probably my favorite skits of all time. Whenever they did those, they had a combination of Alex Trebek, but then they had Turd Ferguson, and then they had Lovely Dude as Sean Connery. That was the most magical time ever. Like, I can't get enough of that. It's fantastic.
It's a great bit. My new favorite one, because I love the classic stuff, especially from the 90s.
Yeah.
But my new favorite one was Adam Driver as Abraham H. Parnassus coming to his kids' class to talk about being an oil baron. If you haven't seen that one, it's the best modern sketch they've ever done.
Nice.
Crush your enemies and grind their bones into dust. It's a great bit.
Yes. Yeah. Would you care to try to do a Sean Connery impersonation and read this quote? Read this quote right here. Go for it. Go for it.
That's what your mother sounded like last night, Shrek. That's the closest you can get. I don't do accents or acting. That's why I write the words, is because I'm not a very good impersonator.
Nailed it. Yeah, no, Ghost of the Machines plus Digimon, dude, that's a good time right there. You can't go wrong with Mons and Ghosts. Ghost Mons, let's go.
I don't remember what that one was called. I normally watch the dub, but I never got the dub. It was like Ghost Machine or Digimon Ghost Story, something like that.
Oh, yeah. I think there's a game for that as well.
Sure.
Probably. It's good times. So thank you for coming on here. It was a lovely time. I know.
Thanks for having me. Now that I know that you're local too, we can go eat hot dogs.
Yes, let's go. We're gonna get hot dogs at a con. That's what's gonna happen. Motor City.
I'll be there.
Dude, if you're gonna be there, I'll introduce you to all the local homies.
Please.
There's so many of them. They're all on here. Plus, there's probably some other buttholes that are showing up. I'm like, hey, let's go. Yes, Cyber Sleuth. That's the one.
Love that one.
Yes.
Are you afraid of the dark?
I mean, that's right. Oh, okay. Yeah. Sumo, you guys are dorks. Yes, I'm just going to leave this comment up here for the whole rest of the stream. That's how it should be. Do you have any, besides Motor City, because you're going to run around as a fan, I'm assuming, until you actually get some stuff in, what would be your other con or anything that you would be trying to go to this year?
Anything that I can. There's a few coming up soon that I want to attend, but literally I have a list from Sean Peacock. Again, shout out to the homie. He sent me the list, and I'm going to go everywhere I can starting, I think, next weekend. There's one. I don't remember which one it is. Great Lakes. Yes, I will be there walking around as a fan. I'm probably not going to be able to table because it's too late to do that. But I will have a backpack with comic books in it. So if you want to buy some, or if you're just really nice, I'll give you one. Or if you compliment the mustache, you can have one. Go see the show. So that'll be the next one. But I'm going to try to hit all of them. And if there's one that you want to see me at, feel free to DM me on anything and say, hey, go here, dummy.
Macomb Community College, I believe. It's not too far away from here.
No. Okay.
But Jason, there's one in Monroe. If you want to come up to Ohio, because I actually have a whole ton of friends that come up from Ohio that go to Monroe Comic Con. That's usually August, September. Write that down. But yeah, it's at the Monroe County Fairgrounds. It's pretty cool. Yes, I was helping Kyle run the selfie booth last year.
Oh, heck yeah.
Let's go. But yeah, that's a good one that a lot of Ohioans come up at. They come up. There's food trucks there, all kinds of shenanigans. It's pretty good times. And they have outdoor vendors. So if you just want something cheap, outdoor vendors are usually pretty cheaper, but they also have indoor vendors as well. So it's like a mix of both.
Well, I dress like this year round, so I'm not afraid of the heat, obviously. But if it starts to rain, I'll be the guy with an umbrella selling comic books. Perfect.
You can't beat that. But yeah, it's a good time. It's fun. That's one of the ones I like. They actually had another Comic Con was there the other day, but that was the Oddities, not Oddities and Curiosities. It's Oddities something or other. You could ask Sean. He was at it. He goes to a lot of those. But yeah, he is a real good homie, and I'm very excited to see him too, because he'll be back on soon. He's got another kick that he's launching. But
Danger Boy, it launches on Tuesday, right after mine. Go check out Danger Boy. I'm super excited for that book. I start showing for other people now.
Dude, I met him when he was just hustling Peppermint Desert.
Yes.
So he wasn't even on any other comics, and it's like, oh, then I run to him at Kroger's all the time. We're like, let's go. Very good times. But we're gonna get on out of here. Go click on the links. Go follow him. Go sub his YouTube. I have your Instagram. Go TikTok. Apparently, you're hot on the TikTokies.
It's my biggest following. I don't know why, but yes, at TS Luther on everything, wherever you want to find me, and go buy Hellion and Bash or click on the notify me button.
Yes.
Tell a friend, a neighbor, that weird dude that hangs out at the comic book shop. He might like it.
He might.
Valentine's Day just happened. If you didn't get your girl a gift, get her a copy of Hellion and Bash #2. It's great.
Exactly. She might want to be drawn in.
No, she definitely wants to be drawn in. Don't even ask her. Just purchase it, and she'll be so excited when
she wants to be drawn in holding a hot dog. Make that.
I'll have Marcus draw her like one of his French girls, okay? Like, it's going to be a good time.
Perfect. Nothing exciting as Valentine's Day, like getting a camo with a hot dog being drawn like one of the French girls, a comic called Hellion and Bash. Need that in your life. Not many other girlfriends could say that happened to them.
I feel like it's definitely a 0 number right now, but you could be the first, and I'll even give you a discount. I'll knock some price down to get that to happen in issue 3 because now I need it to.
Now you got to have that happen. So you hear this first tomorrow at 9 a.m. Be on that and get that tier immediately so you can make that happen. But you don't see anyone weird. Hey,
if you don't see anybody weird at the comic book shop, they're looking at you. It's okay, Cranberry. You're the one. Everybody needs one. Everybody has that weird dude at the shop. You can be that guy.
Someone's gonna be the weirdo. I'm the weirdo in most places I go. It's fine. I don't care. That's right. Well, thank you very much. It was very lovely hanging with you and getting to know you. But we'll definitely run around Motor City. I'll be on there all weekend and shenanigans. Introduce you to all the peeps. I know it's gonna be fun. And I don't have an outro, so I hope you brought your spaz dancing shoes. Let me tell you. Listen, I know. Well, we're gonna get out of here. Thanks to everybody that was watching. We're currently at 74 people, so go click on links.
Please,
and check all this stuff out. But yeah, let's get out of here.